Three, two, one, let's go. Hey, everybody, thank you for being with us. We are currently on the Been There segment of the George Habib channel, the segment where we talk about things ranging from life, love, school, and work, especially with the individuals who have gone through all of these. Right now, joining us, we have Marco, who, fun fact, is the little brother of Mikey and my second baby cousin.
Hi guys, hi. My name is Marcus. I'm 15 and I'm George's baby cousin. So, yeah.
Perfect. So, Marco, the topic of today is being a teenager. It is both
Oh,
general and specific at the same time. And Marco, the thing is, the definition of a teenager is a person aged between 12 and 19 years. Do you identify as such?
yeah, I identify as a teenager and a certified retard.
Perfect. So we can safely assume you're a teenager.
Yes,
Hormones and all. So now,
thanks.
you already touched on this, but Marco, tell us more about your background.
Okay, so I said I'm 15. I'm from Lebanon, fully, and I like to be very productive in my life. I love the gym. I love reading about business. All about business as well as like my family. We're very business oriented, and I like just to be active, chill with my friends, do crazy stuff.
Mhm.
That type of thing.
That's very good. We're going to explore all of that. Are you currently in high school?
Yes, I'm in high school.
And tell us more about that. How's it like? Are
Okay,
you are you
so
popular or are you lame? Be honest.
popular,
For the right
popular,
reasons or the wrong
popular.
reasons?
Sammy, let's say both. So basically popular and just like I'm friends with everyone that like I like, but I'm not friends with everyone. I'm not friends with people I don't like. Like I have my group, and like people know me basically, and like I talk to people and stuff like that.
That's good to hear. And is there something you enjoy about high school?
Yeah. I enjoy the experiences, the fun like I have with my friends, and things like that. I also enjoy taking my like business studies course because
Mhm.
obviously I'm very enthusiastic about business and things like that, and yeah, willing to pursue that.
Mhm. Do you do any activities with your friends? Do you play any sports? Are you a drama kid?
Okay, let me answer that first. So
By
I'm not
drama,
a
I
drama
mean
kid.
theater.
Oh, no, no.
Because
But
there's something you got to know, Marco. On this channel, we
yes,
do not discriminate unless you're a
no,
drama
I
kid.
I don't take drama. That's for sure. I don't like drama. It's nice, but it's not like for me. It's not my cup of tea. I do a lot of sports. I do handball in school and I do basketball in school. But yeah, I get kicked
Is there
out
any
of the.
sport you preferred?
More. I like football, but the goals are really small and no one's really that good other than my brother. And it's not fun playing against someone who can just like.
I
Whoop.
just want to interrupt for the Canadians and Americans out there. Here in the Middle East, football is actually football, what you guys call soccer. It's not
Mm,
that brown egg shaped thing you guys call football, only because it's a foot long. That's literally why they call it football.
yeah.
So
Uh,
basically, we've established that Marco is a jock, popular,
Facts.
popular through his own words. Maybe some others might disagree. And we both have the shared characteristics of discriminating against drama students.
Let's go. And IT students.
IT, why IT?
Not discriminating, like making fun of them. Like not in a bad way, in a good way. I have one of my friends. I'm like, you want to be my future technician? I'll pay you XYZ, and he's like, yeah. Or like all the time, like he always raises the offer. I make him an offer and stuff like that. And officially, he's my technician.
What's the tech
For
for, Marco? Be honest. Is it to get rid of all the viruses you got downloading porn?
Oh, um,
Be
I don't
honest.
really know. I don't
We've all been
download.
there.
No, but to be honest, like he does help me a lot with my MacBook. One time,
Mhm.
I got my AirPod case. I put it there, and there's like a magnetic part of the MacBook, and my laptop glitched. I don't know, some weird shit happened, and it showed like something was wrong with my MacBook. It just turned black, and then tried to turn it on, and there was like these lines on it. And
Ah,
my friend just helped me. He turned it off and stuff, and he just did his own shit. Um,
I know that
and he
usually happens with old TVs. You were never allowed to have a strong magnet next to them.
But it can also happen with the MacBooks because they have a magnet inside it. So
Mhm.
something happens, something gets fucked up with that. One time I also put a headphone jack next to it, but I put it on the port, and same thing happened. But now I know what to do, so it's fine.
Perfect. So a little off topic with all the IT and stuff. So what you enjoyed about high school was sports and your friends.
Uh,
But then we have to ask the other question. What did you not enjoy about high school?
I didn't enjoy the first part of my high school experience, which now I'm in year 10,
Mhm.
which is grade 9. I still have how many years left of school? I still have 3.
Mhm.
Uh, so our system goes from to year
Still a
13,
long
which is my
time.
brother's. Yeah. I'm hoping to have a lot of fun then. But anyway, so the stuff I didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy my last school, to be honest, because there was a lot of fake people there, spread rumors, make drama, just be dramatic all in all. And I didn't really like it, but I moved from that element. I stayed friends with some people there,
Mhm.
but I distanced myself from some of the people there and things like that. I just didn't like that whole crowd of where it was just very hectic, and people there were just arguing all the time, and just a
Do you
bad
find
experience.
do you find that moving schools made things a bit more difficult because you were never in one place too long to establish like a circle to get to know people, like you're around many people who knew each other before you even met them?
Okay, so I've had a lot of experience with this actually. With my even previous school, like so before this, I was in a school called LFP, and I kind of wanted to join their circle and things like that. Some stuff happened that I don't really like talking about, but I kind of stay
You
friends
don't
with
have
some of
to.
them. Thank you. But like, yeah, I stayed friends with some of them, and some of them are like my greatest friends of all time, and I generally like I've had the best experiences with those people, and I stay in contact with them. And then I moved, so I'm still in contact with those friends, but the friends from Kings were kind of in the midst of it. So I want like because I would always make parties, and these two would like come together and they'd like be in the parties and things like that. And
Mhm.
some of them would socialize, some of them wouldn't really. It would kind of be hard to make plans with both. But now my friends that are in LFP are socializing with my friends in my new school, which is kind of really nice. But to answer the question that you did before was the new circle thing. The circle thing is actually one of the hardest parts because as a new kid, which was me last year, um, a lot of people didn't know me. A lot of people assumed things about me. This type of thing, and it was hard to like establish a real friend group. And I had to actually establish a solid ground friend group this year because last year was actually like a mid rough year. So mid year was really rough for me,
Mhm.
and the year was a bit smoother because I made a bit of friends. Um, but all in all, it was actually a good learning curve because I made a couple of solid friends here and there. So I made two new kids. I didn't want them to feel like me isolated, so we became friends. I would say in the midterms, we have 3 terms, we have 1, 2, 3. They became my friend midterm because they joined midterm. And that was the start of a friendship group. And we'd go out every day, have fun. And then this year, a lot of people joined. And from LLFP, one of the people in my grade joined. And he's actually one of my best friends. And he's friends with
You
my
want to give
circle.
a small shout out?
Yeah, shout out to Adam Haj. He's the guy, and I want to say shout out to my one of my two best friends, Matteo and Jad. Yeah,
Mm.
really good people.
Inshallah, they watch this and realize how lucky they are. I know all
Yeah.
8 of my subscribers are happy to hear this. Plot twist, 3 of those are just my different accounts. But
I
that's good to
started out.
hear. But was there anything else you didn't like about high school? Was there any like tension, drama? Obviously, the exams kind of sucked.
For me, I always got good in exams. I would always get decent. I would always get by without studying.
Hmm.
With studying, I found that I'm an A student. So when I study, I get A's. When I don't study, I get 60s, 50s, and 70s, between that range.
So study,
But
basically.
yeah, studying I hated. Teachers, in some cases, I hated because I'm a very humorous person. So the jokes I make are sometimes inappropriate, and people don't like hearing them. So in school, so I made a couple of jokes, got in trouble here and there, a couple of suspensions in school, different types of stuff like that, stupid shit that I've done. But it all became memories,
So you're
and it's
basically
actually
the
fun.
Bart Simpson of your class.
Yeah, you could say so.
Hmm. What kind of jokes did you do that got you in trouble?
So basically, I told my friend that I was. We have this joke because we play paintball quite often together. I
Mhm.
told them I'd shoot him in school tomorrow. I told them because I got this argument got pretty heated. I told them because I got this new gun, this like airsoft pebble gun. I told them, "Wallah, wait, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you tomorrow. I'm gonna shoot you in front of the teacher." And then she said, "What? You can shoot him?" And then I said, "No, miss."
Was she
Next
Irish?
day, she's British. I
British.
love British people. But basically, next day in school, I go and I brought it to school. It's actually like non-lethal. Like it wasn't really lethal, so there was nothing wrong with it. It was like the water
Mhm.
pellet guns. But it was like automatic, so you could use it. And I was shooting my friend in the ass in school. Middle of it, the principal comes in and she sees it, and she got pissed. She confiscated my gun. She gave me a fucking lecture on like shooting kids in school and the harm. And I'm such a dumbass for this because I probably could have gotten away with it. But in the midst of it, I made a race accusation. I go, "Miss, is this all because I'm Arab?" And then she
Jesus,
got
man.
so flabbergasted.
Don't
And
play
she was
the
like,
race card. That's for people who are like 1/18th Native American. Jeez, man.
my friends play that because like my friends play the race card quite often in class. One of my
Brewski,
friends.
Brewski, before I'm going to stop you right there, I want to have some monetization for this channel.
All right, fair
The
enough.
YouTube lords forbid this, but you can tell me the story in person later. I'm sure it's hilarious.
Sure, I'll tell you in person.
Okay, so you didn't like how some of the teachers didn't like you shooting other
Mm.
students. You liked
Yeah.
the exams when you studied, but you didn't like them when you didn't study. So moral of that story is study for the exams. What else did you not
Yeah.
like?
Um, I didn't like what I didn't like.
Was there bullying? Was there rumors? Was there any
I
conflict?
would actually like if someone tried to bully me, I would be their bully. Like that's the thing with me is that like when none of my friends, I would say these guys like the people who actually try to make problems with me, like would either end up regretting it or would just like separate like from each other. One of the guys in one of the guys in my school tried to make a problem with me, and I was in a wheelchair, and
You
I
were in a
kind of stood
wheelchair?
up. Yeah, I kind of stood up and slapped him up for it. um um Basically the guy came and he started pushing me around and he threatened to push me down the stairs, and I had one leg. Okay, so I was stable on one leg. I came and I started slapping the shit out of the guy in
Man.
mid Arabic class.
I keep
And
asking for things you don't like, and somehow you end up laughing at the story and remembering fond memories of beating people up. I feel like we're not going in the right direction with this. But yeah,
uh,
man, bro, like everything you're saying is just bringing me back to high school.
mm,
Like
try fat.
basically with me, I don't know if you saw younger pictures of me. I was a midget in elementary.
Yeah,
Then
I have.
puberty hit me like a brick, and I flew up in height and size.
Uh,
And then you know that whole thing like, look at me, I am the captain now.
No.
I looked at my bullies and I was like, look at me, I am the bullies. I am the bully now. So, I still feel bad about a little of it, but it's open game when the other person was a bully, I guess. What do you think?
um if the like I like to say person sorry, I like to say if a person messes with you, it's not wrong if you mess with them. If a person punches you, you punch them back, but for
Yeah.
me it's like 10 times harder. um I don't know, I just have that like little like, if you punch me, I'm gonna punch you and kick you, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
just
so
that
it's
little.
it's like it's one sec. I always keep these things on, and every time I think I put on silent, it's not on silent. Ugh, shut up, person. Okay. So basically, you're Batman, but only when it comes to yourself.
Facts.
You are your biggest savior.
Enemy. Oh,
I mean, that's
savior.
that's like no. Like, where'd you get the enemy thing from?
I don't know, I feel like I'm my own competition.
But yeah, back to the topic of bullying. Just want to say to the viewers out there, we're not condoning bullying, even though we're laughing
Yeah.
and kind of condoning it actually, but not really. You know what? If you are bullied, report to a teacher. But if someone hits you, you know what? Why not give him a hit back? Wait, am I allowed to say these
Yeah.
things on YouTube? Oh my God.
I don't know.
Probably not. But you know what? My 8 subscribers can deal with it.
Yeah, I know.
So, okay.
Very true.
Anything else that you did not like about high school?
Nah, that's pretty much it. Pretty
Pretty
much it.
much it. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the next question. How is
Mhm.
your social life?
Well,
You said you're
social life,
popular.
social life is good in general, but I feel like I'm antisocial because
Why?
I don't like parties. I really don't like parties. Like I go to some, but I don't really go to any. Like I'll go to like in a month, or let's say let's take a yearly average. I probably go to like four a year, like barely any parties. I don't know, I'm just like antisocial.
No, I
I'm
was,
not.
I was, there's no shame in that. I was pretty similar. I don't like parties. But then, like, as time went by and I grew up, I realized there were certain parties I don't like. Like these days, I'm 27. I I'm not a fan of clubbing. I'm not a fan of like loud like DJ parties, but I love house parties. I love house parties. Crazy stuff happens at house parties, but I don't know if you guys are dealing with that right now.
I've had like house parties and stuff like that. Like they've been crazy and things like that. Couple tables broken, couple, these type of things,
Oh,
and just like it's so fun. But I like, for me, it's like you said, the people who make the parties. Like I don't like to go to a party or a house that I don't know who it is. Or I don't like going somewhere where something might happen, or like
like what?
like I don't know, just like fights breaking out of people that I don't know, because I don't want to be in the midst of that, because you have like what, 30 guys just there just brawling at each other, because it's just really rough, there's a crowd and there's parties and there's fights. And for me, it's just something I'm really cautious of. I just don't like being in the midst of something
So like
bad
you
happening.
want to avoid the hassle. You don't want to deal with that.
I would go to parties of people I know. For example, some of my friends, there are parties that I want to be included in, like, and they're good people. I know their gang, and I know their people, like the people that they like roll with and like chill with and stuff like that. Like I know them, and I'll just end up either going to the party or not. I'll just end up seeing out. But yeah, that's
You'll
pretty
have
much it.
more experiences with parties. Still early for you. You're what, 15?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
15.
once you head into uni, if you're heading into uni, or once you get older, there's going to be crazier parties out there, less fights, but more drama is what I'll say. I won't
Mhm.
spoil it for you. You're going to figure it out.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's a fun thing. It's a very interesting thing. But like, I gotta ask a question because I'm older, so I don't know if
Mhm.
it's any different. But Do you feel teenagers these days are different from before? Like if you watch an older
1000.
movie from like early 2000s, which is, early for you, but it's not that early for me, or 90s or even 80s, those kind of movies. Do you feel like your generation is a lot more different than that generation, or
100,
same people, different environment?
1000%. I
Which
think
one?
I think both.
Hmm.
Both. I would say the environment became different. Okay, so COVID hit. COVID fucked us all up.
Hmm.
And the people, like, let's say the people who move. So I had a friend move from. I'm not gonna specify because
No names.
like, yeah, I'm not gonna specify with names and things like that. But he moved from a very different place where would actually do illegal stuff, as in like break into houses, not
Hmm.
not rob the houses, but abandon houses. This type of
Yeah.
thing, going to the woods, party on the beach, this type of thing. And here you don't really have that because you know what I mean. Like, it's Dubai, so it's like you can't really party on a beach because there's not many. Is there many private beaches here? I don't know because I've never been to a private beach here.
Dubai,
That's
I moved here from Canada, so I don't know Dubai too well. But private as in what? As in it's someone's beach or like a hotel's beach?
someone's beach.
Someone's
Someone's beach.
beach. No, in Canada it's different because there's a lot of lakes and a lot of people have houses next to the lake, so a lot of crazy
Yeah.
stuff happens there, I'll say. But Dubai, no, no. I think most of the beaches are either owned by hotels or businesses, so they don't allow any, well, a little, but not too much sketchy stuff to happen. And yeah, yeah, it's different here. It's different.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
It's
But
really
but
different.
aside from COVID, do you feel like social media, the internet, mobiles, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, well, Twitter not really so much for your generation, TikTok, do you feel like these things have made your generation more different than, let's say, my generation or the generations before me? And you know me, I'm a 90s kid.
I feel like these things, like technologies and things like that, are the things that have actually made us more different. I feel like internet and what if we didn't have phones? What if
Mm.
we just had Nokia flips? What if we had brick phones or whatever they're called? What if we had those? We went outside and right now I'd have been outside playing with sticks, or I wouldn't have been on my phone. And like, let's say my friends are here,
Mm.
and I'm like texting and things like that, and I'm just here and my friends are there, and they're texting their friends and I'm texting my friends. It's not fun because I'm not doing anything and they're not doing anything. Oh, we're having these conversations on, and I could be having the conversations with my friends, and that stuff actually makes me sad because it's like there's so much fun to be had, which is why I like to make the most fun of my life. Like just now, like before I got on the podcast, me and my friends were outside on a scooter connected to a bouncy castle that deflated and drifting around my community. Like, honestly, the fun we can have is crazy. We just have to make it fun, which is why I love making things fun. And it doesn't even have to be anything necessarily fun itself. We could make it fun, which is all about the experience. So if we're going somewhere that's not necessarily fun, like Expo isn't meant to be the most fun place on earth, right? Me and
Yeah.
my friends go and make it fun for us. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's technology, because Expo has a lot of technologies in it. But you could make things fun. For example, going to the woods with your friends, just go play hide and seek, or go do something fun. Go do something fun. Make it fun for yourselves. Anything.
But what
And
stops
now
the rest of your schoolmates or generation from doing that? What keeps them on the phone, in your opinion? And what stops them from just, going out and getting their eyes off a screen?
I think society influences a lot of things, and one of the things that society influences is the teenagers of this world, in a way which, how do I say this? In a way which makes them softer,
Hmm.
because you don't go through the same experiences. You'd go through, oh, Jason texted me, fuck you, and the XYZ spreaded rumors about you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
those are the things that children did. Sorry.
I'm listening.
Um, Oh, I thought you said hang on. Basically, so like kids nowadays have different problems, and I think that molds their personalities because of the things that they deal with. So it's kind of different in a way where like our problems are different to the old problems, and the way we think is different to the way the old generation think. And I kind of like some things about our generation and things about the old generation. I just think those things need to be regulated in a way where you're not addicted to the phones and you can have fun and just proportionize the two, or in a way where it doesn't like make you unhealthy, like mentally unhealthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But do you feel it starts with the kids or it starts with the parents?
Parents, parents,
Okay.
parents. Because that's where the idea is rooted, you know. Because if I'm sitting, if my dad's sitting on his phone all day, just not talking to anyone, I'm just there like either I'm gonna be like, I do not want to be like that, or I'm
Mm.
gonna be like, you know, I'm just gonna get into it because that's influencing me,
You
you
think it's
know.
the same function as like if your parents smoke, you're more likely to smoke?
Maybe I genuinely have no experience because I don't smoke, you know. Like I really don't do those things. Like drinking is not a big like I don't drink, you know, I don't smoke,
No,
I
no,
don't
but
do
I mean,
those.
like, it's the same mechanism where if you see your parents do it, you kind of do it. Do you think it's something like
Oh,
that?
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I'm saying as in like because my dad smokes,
Mm.
I don't really see myself being tempted. So I don't know. Maybe it's a personal thing that people are tempted or not tempted because like oh yeah I want to try that, you know, and they're just very vulnerable because they're influenced by other people, you know. Like I don't think like I don't really get influenced by a lot of people, or I get influenced by the people. Like I have a filter in my head, and it's
You
gonna
get
sound dumb,
influenced
but
by the right people.
yeah, the right people. So like for example, like okay, George does the right things, or what I see is the right things. I'll do what George does, or I'll try to do what George does, or you know, or if
Is
someone
this a
that I know is
hypothetical, Marco?
no, this isn't hypothetical because you are actually a very good role model, and I
That's
take a
cool.
lot of things from your life, and it's actually molded me very well. And a few things that you know people like help me with, for example, um, you know, personality wise, or just in general, you know, and it helps a lot. Helps a
Yeah,
lot.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you're a good kid.
Thank you.
But like, just to get back to the topic, because I remember, I think you were young when the whole like technology thing happened. The internet was already there for a while, but you and your friends don't remember this, I think, because the internet was around for a while, but it stayed at home. No one took the internet with them. And I
Yeah.
remember when I was around 11, 12, I think around that time, 2007, then kids started having mobile phones. Their parents started giving it to them. They would come and show it to everybody. Oh, look how cool it is. I even remember the first kid in our school had a phone. And then they would show everybody, and then that started like a domino effect of everyone wanting phones. But the phones didn't have internet on them yet. These were like the regular flip Nokias, and then it slowly evolved. The phone started having cameras on them, and then you could start connecting it to the internet. It wasn't all in one go. First it was phone, camera, then internet. And then ever since then it's just been like better access, more apps,
Yeah.
easier access. And then that's when I feel people started to change. you know
Mm-hmm.
People started Facebook came out. I remember early Facebook, it was so much different than it was today. And then people start taking pictures all the time. And back
Mm-hmm.
during that time, people used to not take a picture. You'd have a regular camera with film. People would take pictures rarely and only of special occasions. Now you got people taking pictures of any occasion, any social gathering. So then I feel
Mornings.
like after that, people started focusing on their image more, how they look to other people, not the reality of their life, but how their life looked to others. And then that's when I feel like the whole switch came. It
Yeah.
started in like 2007, 2008, I want to say. And then like didn't really go nuts until like 2012. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, and now here we are in the situation where it's not just you guys. Like to say it's your generation mainly, like what are you, Gen Z or something?
Yeah. Gen Z. Gen Z.
Yeah, I always forget
Uh,
how that works. I think I'm a millennial, maybe. Like to say it's you guys, that's only like affected by this, like you guys are the lazy ones, you guys are the ones that attracted to these phones, I think is a big injustice. Because Marco, I gotta ask, who gave you guys these phones?
Parents. So
Parents. They, I see it every day now. Like you give a baby an iPad because you want to shut the baby up.
mm,
And then instead of the toys you used to get, you give them Apple Store cards or, Play Store cards. And then they just buy games like Candy Crush,
yeah,
Angry Bird, stuff like that. Maybe now these days it's a newer game. I don't, those were the old
yeah,
games. And, and even the parents themselves are always distracted or on their phones. They'll be complaining about the kids being on their phones while they're on their phones. So
yeah.
ultimately,
That's
they're not even leading by example, really.
being in a way hypocritical.
Yeah, and like we already kind of touched on this, it led to all the stuff we talked about. People not going out, or if they go out, they're always on their phones. People Toys are different now. Have you realized? Before,
Hundred
when I
percent.
was young, maybe I'm showing my age here, kids played with toys until like 12. Now they play with toys until like 3 or 4, and then 5 they graduate to the iPad, and then it's just all like virtual stuff from there. What do you think? I want to get your thoughts on this.
Okay. So can I give my thought and then something else?
Of course.
Okay. So basically, my thought is actually the same thing. So basically, kids are now spoiled by their iPads and their phones and things like that, and that they'll have the technologies. And a lot of this actually affects a lot of people because having toys is something to cherish because it's kind of like a memory, And you have those things until a certain age, and then you grow up and you're mature from that, and you stop playing with toys, and you'll
Mm.
eventually get a phone or whatever it is, and that you get into from there. But yeah, technology has affected a lot because now you have your technological tools. So you have your PSs, you have your Nintendos, you have your PCs, you have your MacBooks. These type of things that actually go to affect a lot of things because you're just on your MacBook all the time. That messes up your eyes. You're on your PlayStation all the time. No social time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's kind of in a way just you know it's really bad.
it is. It is. I hope, like, eventually people do recognize this and then do their own thing. But every day, like, again, it's not just the kids, even the adults, even our grandparents at this point, they're a little
Yeah.
late to the party, but they're always on Facebook. And they don't realize, like, some of the stuff they like, we can all see. Like, you don't know this, Marco, but we have this older relative in common who keeps liking, like, pictures of pretty girls and Playboy and all that stuff, and does not realize it shows up on Facebook. But
I
yeah,
need to know about this.
I'll
Just
tell
tell
you
me
later.
later.
We don't do names here. We don't kink shame.
Yes, 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 yes.
But yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, and I just remember seeing it coming, like seeing it slowly evolve. I don't know. I like we're digressing a bit, like we're changing the subject a bit. Like I would hope to be that parent who can actually ensure their kid doesn't become like a tech addict. But that's a big prediction. And yeah, so that's what we think about the tech, I guess. Do you feel it substitutes you feel technology is substituting parts of your life that shouldn't be substituted by it? Is it
Feel-
substituting dates? Is it substituting social activities? What do you think?
I think it's substituting reality. I
Damn,
think that
it's deep.
I think that the idea of being on my phone all the time, kind of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go watch Logan Paul's new video, or oh yeah, I'm gonna go watch, whatever it is, when I can be out doing different things or more productive things, which is one of the like key things for me. And like I just try to get off my phone, go do something productive. I'll go out, be with the boys, or I'll go out, go to the gym. I'll go out, study. It's just different things that stops you from, because you're like procrastinating on that. I'm gonna go watch 3 episodes of Netflix. I end up watching 10. You know what I mean? Like that's a
Mm.
big jump because let's say it's like 40 minutes per episode, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I feel like these things could be movies, but instead of a 3 hour movie, they give you 8 40-minute episodes, which is a lot longer.
Yeah.
And like you binge watch all of it in one go, and then you wait 1 year to just have 1 day of watching a full season. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, this is a very specific question. How does it affect your dating life, social media and technology?
so social media, so basically what you would go and do is either you'd know the person and text all the time, or you wouldn't know the person and you'd be either like, I'm gonna use Snapchat as the prime example. So Snapchat, you'd have your added by mutuals or added by story, and you'll add the person and you just start talking and whatever,
Mhm.
and you'll get to know them via text.
Yeah.
When it gets to real life, and I'm talking from experience, it gets so awkward. You're just like, I've texted this girl for a month or a week, whatever it takes, because it depends on who the girl is, how uptight she is, on how long it takes to get to know you and these things and to open up. But yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, so it's just that it's become so awkward. It's like, hey, want to get ice cream? You want to go and watch a movie? You just get so shy. It's like, I texted this girl for so damn long, and now I'm with her, and she's pretty or pretty ugly. In the other case,
Jesus, Marco.
sorry, I'm violating. But no, let's just say not your type. Let's say the girl's not your type, or things like that, or she's different in real life.
Fair.
That affects a lot, because you can either actually start to love the girl, or you can just hate her. You know, it's just there's a lot of things that social media covers up, because let's say you're saying things that you don't mean, that could come across as you meaning them. Because I'm like, I always text my friends, I'm like, hey man, fuck you, and then he's like, hey, fuck you too. Is it like, for us, we know it's not, because like I've known my friends for so long, but like, let's say you don't know the person and you're like, hey, fuck you, they're gonna think like he's telling me, hey, fuck you, and they're gonna
Yeah,
think of it in a bad way.
because text doesn't show tone.
Exactly. So it's different. It's 100% different on text. If I'm in real life talking to someone, it's different, because I won't be like, hey, fuck you, man, in a bad way. And they won't notice it, If I start laughing and saying, hey, fuck you, it'll be funny. And then they'll say it back. But if it's like, bad, then they won't. Then they won't,
Yeah.
they'll react differently. Or it's actually harder to say things in real life too.
Yeah. No, I completely understand. But do you feel it's because when you guys talk on text, you say a lot about yourself, you get to know each other. But the thing is, you guys aren't really getting to know each other. You're just telling each other information about yourself, basically just like data. And then when you
Mm,
meet each other, you guys said everything there is to say. So there's nothing else to carry whether it's a hangout or a date. Like you already know everything about this person. You talked it all in text. The magic is gone. You're not figuring
yeah,
things out. Nothing's a mystery. And the thing is, because you got all this information from text and not from them themselves, you're missing out on a lot of non-verbal stuff.
100%.
Like, okay, maybe this person on paper looks good, which is text, but then you meet them, and if you're lucky, they're better than text. It's happened very rarely for me. But then if it's usual, like, oh, it turns out they're nothing like how I imagined based on text. And honestly, I
Yeah,
think like dating got really affected by technology because what do you do when you date a girl? And you go through all her social media. You see what she does, you see who she's been with, you try to build a picture in your head about who this person could be instead of just asking that person and interacting with her or him if you're a girl. Like, do you feel that's what's happening? Like, that kind of
yeah,
takes away the mojo out of a date?
it does, and it takes away from. It became a norm, though. It became a norm,
Yeah,
very big norm. Because
definitely.
I'll go do that the next day. Like, if I want to go date a girl, I'll be like, let's go on a date. Like, she'll be like, ew, I don't even know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that does happen. That does happen.
But the point of a date, and a lot of people forget this, is to know a person.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey,
Yeah.
you want to go out on a date, and it's like, bro, I don't like, oh, I don't know you. It's like, that's the point of a date. Get to know me if you want to. Do you feel it's that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And also, there's something I want to talk about regarding this, which is privacy.
Mm.
When you are talking to a girl, or a guy is talking, or a girl is talking to a guy, what many people keep forgetting is that that's a recording of of your conversation. You
Mhm.
know, that's stuff you or the other person can show to others, and then that kind of removes all the privacy from a date. Rather
Mhm.
than when you have a date, you start talking to each other, and that's just between you guys. There's like that intimacy right there. And I gotta ask, have you ever shown a private conversation to someone else?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And then
have.
do you feel like it was fair to the other person?
No,
Yeah. And then the other person could have done the same. So
they
basically, I
probably
think technology has removed a lot of intimacy and exclusivity in a way from what could otherwise be an amazing date.
100%. Yeah.
Do you have any other thoughts on it?
No, not really. I said,
Hmm. So that's dating. That's that topic
yeah.
covered, and I'm definitely going to clip that into a different segment. So the next question: what are the things you enjoy as a teenager?
I enjoy my hobbies and my work. I enjoy working a lot.
Your hobbies? Do you like building little train sets? Do you like pottery, growing little flowers? You do you live a
No,
flowery life?
no. I like gaming a lot. I like gymming. Gymming is a very big thing for me. And
It's called working
just
out.
yeah, working out, chilling with my friends. Chess is a good hobby for me. Um,
You skip leg day?
but no, I started like day now because before I couldn't do it because I pulled my groin. So
Hmm.
yeah, the bone was like messed up and there was
I
like something
I
wrong
don't
with
need
it.
to see that image in my head.
You know where the groin is? Yeah, it's like the pelvic
I
area.
know what a groin is.
Yeah.
Dude, like, oh my God. I can't imagine the pain, and I don't want to. Don't jinx me,
Every time
bro.
I would go,
I
it
don't want
would
to pull
like
my
crack.
groin.
Would crack. It
Yeah.
was like a crack. Yeah.
Okay.
Have
So
to eat a lot
what's motivating you to work out?
the summer and myself.
Summer
Just my
bod.
like yeah, summer bod, but it's like to me, when the fuck am I gonna reach the summer bod? Because I don't know, I look at myself in the mirror and all I see is that fat kid. Or not the fat kid, the chubby kid that I used to be.
Were you ever a chubby
And
kid? Oh, you just answered
I
the
was
question.
um uh it's just a lot of features that I didn't like in myself and a lot of insecurities that people say are gone. I
Mhm.
just don't see. I just don't see it, you know. And I will work until I do see it. And when I do see it, I maintain that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me happy. And that's what I strive for every day. Why when people ask me, Marcus, why are you going 3 hours a day to the gym? Um, and things like that. I'm like, bro, like I have a lot of insecurities and I have a lot of things I need to deal with and I have a lot of shit to deal with. And I have a lot of things to deal with and I have just things that it helps mentally, you know, it just helps
Yeah.
everything. And yeah,
Mhm. But you're missing the biggest motivation of all:
what
getting the ladies.
that's a big thing, but the ladies, that's what I realized. If they really like you, for me, it's like I won't just go and just go for every girl I see. Like I've done that before,
Mm.
and there was no intimacy, and I haven't enjoyed it. Like okay, yeah, you kissed a girl or whatever it was that you've done that, but like, did you like okay, you enjoyed it in the moment, but do you enjoy it on the long run? Can you look back on it and enjoy that moment with the person? Is that something you cherish and hold in a relationship? Is that a relationship? You know, did it even mean anything?
Well, I would put this: since you're kind of a teenager,
Yeah.
I can't offer very vivid advice on your love life, but I can say is, bro, just though, and I did a video about this, so viewers, there is a video on that. When it comes to dating, my personal thought is you should just date.
Mm,
Ask out the girls you're attracted to, go out with as many as you want, and then as time goes on, you'll find that you hang out more with a specific girl. Like instead, after the date, you guys will hang out. And usually that's because you realize you like this person's character during the date. And then as time goes on, you guys will act like a boyfriend and girlfriend before you give each other the label.
mm-hmm,
So to you and the two guys next to you that you keep looking at, my
mm,
recommendation is just date and date and date. Eventually, you're gonna have a girlfriend without the label, and then you gotta put a label on it.
mm.
So that's
I like
my
that.
word of wisdom.
I
And
like
then
that.
the other thing I wanted to say, which I wanted to mention, was I don't know if this applies to you, but even at your age, when I started working out, there was a big realization. You work out to attract girls, but instead you just attract your bros giving you compliments all the time. Does that apply to you?
Somewhat, yeah. They're like, oh yeah, bro, your arms are so huge.
And it's
Matthew,
not a girl saying that.
that's the homies.
The
The homies
homies.
say that a lot. That's
Bro,
because the
homie is
homies,
just a couple of letters away from homo. So keep that in mind.
man. Okay. Basically, so the homies or the guys, whatever you want to call it, they actually appreciate and they see like my friends here. They came with me to the gym today. Like they see that it's not just bullshit. It's not just me sitting on my ass doing
Do they
nothing.
want to say hi briefly?
Guys, you want to say hi?
Hello.
Tell
Hi.
them to bring their asses to the camera.
Do you want to come?
No,
Oh,
I look a bit funny.
he said no, no. He looks a bit funny today. In general. Um, yeah.
But yeah, so basically, the better you look, Marco, the only way to measure that metric is the amount of compliments your totally straight guy friends give you instead of women.
Facts. No, I'm kidding. Women also give me compliments in the gym. Sometimes like I go and talk to a girl, this type of thing.
Hmm?
And that's usually like the type of girls I'm interested in, like are people that I see have applied themselves to a commitment or a hobby or something like that.
Mhm.
And I like that because it shows something about a person. So it's like it gives them a lot of character and just things that they're like sticking to it for gym routine, whatever it is. I was gonna talk to girls and things like that, and we'll not talk to each other, but we'll see each other's progress throughout the time. Be like, oh yeah, I saw you a couple months ago. You're a bit leaner than what you are now, and you're a bit bigger now, and just more muscular, whatever it is, you
Yep.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, just in the girls of with the girls at the gym, just start talking to them, learn their names, say hi. Because it's like when you see a girl at the gym, you're not seeing just a physically attractive girl because they're at the gym. You're also seeing someone who's got discipline, willpower, keeps healthy, which is kind of like a bunch of stuff you want in a girl or even a
Mm-hmm.
guy if you're a girl. So yeah, just get to know them, talk to them, and make conversation.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation. And what's the next question actually? So you said you're in what year? What year are you in?
Year 10.
Year 10. What are you looking forward to as you get older?
The
And there's
work
a lot
life.
of old before you left.
I'm looking forward to the work life, like what it is to actually work for my money, what it is to balance. And I know a lot of people don't like that part of life, but I just
Why?
want to see what it's like. I don't know. Some people don't like people don't go to their jobs because they like it. People go to their jobs for money or whatever it is. And they
Mm,
chase the money. And that's what people don't realize success will not come like that. And you know what I mean? Like other people have different goals and aspirations and stuff like that. As life goes by and they won't understand that and the other people's goals, sorry. But you know, like the real key to success is actually just doing what you love.
Yeah. Which I feel is, at least in the Middle East, I feel that's not a lesson many parents teach.
Yeah, it isn't.
Mhm. Have you had experiences with that, or do you know friends who they've had an overbearing parent? Because to the viewers out there, I just want to say the whole like hard ass Asian parent, it's actually a true thing. Now I know
Mm,
Arabs aren't as Asian as East Asians and stuff like that, but it's basically the same culture in terms of parenting. They want their kid to study what I call the money, the money majors,
mm.
engineering, doctor, lawyer, accountant, stuff like that, at the cost of what the kid actually likes.
I would say overbearing parents. My parents are overbearing on things that they don't believe in, that they don't, how to say, that they don't actually know about. Like my parents don't know about things, and they'll just talk about them. For example, they don't like me going to the gym sometimes and lifting what they call heavy circles. Um, I don't know, they don't like it, and I like it because I'm working on myself. And my dad actually started to like it, like accepting it, let's say.
Mhm.
And I appreciate that from him, but at the same time, it's like he'll be like, okay, try to lessen the gym, try to lessen your time at the gym. And I'm like, Dad, this is my routine, you know what I mean, XYZ. And I break it down from like I have a notepad, I have my routines in here and things like that, and I
Can we see
just
the
write them
cover?
down. So this says, if lost, call my number. And it says, do not read, do not open. And it has,
Do not show your number.
yeah, I won't. So,
This is the internet. It's a dark,
yeah,
dark place.
so
Sweet.
it's literally,
Oh, that's
it's this
nice. It's
notebook.
on paper.
I had COVID and I didn't touch this book. And I was like, what am I going to do? Just leave it here? Just throw it, you know, it's a waste. I don't want to throw it. I actually started writing my workouts on here. I have a high volume back workout here. I have a yeah, and then I have my chest workout, my shoulder workout, my arm, yeah. And there's a lot of science that goes behind it, and you start to learn. Like I'm like, now as a person, like I've questioned myself today. I was like, why didn't I take, and there's something that we take during the course, it's called GCSEs, right?
What is that?
I was like,
Explain that.
uh
Explain
it's
what those are.
exams that you take. You take an exam called the GCSE,
Mhm.
and it's a paper that you study for 2 years, a course of 2 years. So I'm taking GCSE business, psychology, and DT English, maths, and science, which those last three are compulsory, but the first three aren't. And the sciences are three sciences, which is concludes to seven GCSEs, which is the requirement. You can take eight, which is four GCSEs, and or you can take three GCSEs with one study period, which is what I'm taking because I dropped geography. I felt like I wasn't passionate enough for it, and I felt like why take it if I'm not passionate enough, you know.
Fair.
But now I realize, I look back and I'm like, why don't I just take the GCSE PE, because it helps so much with the actual element of working out. Like I started to learn that if you want to build a muscle, or if while you're in the gym, you know, you burn something called muscle fibers, or whatever you want to
No,
call
you
it.
don't. Are you sure? You don't burn the fibers.
You like, what do you call it? You burn them so that they regrow stronger.
Oh, you tear them, micro tears.
Yeah, tear. Yeah. You tear them to for them to regrow, and they grow bigger and stronger. You know,
Yeah.
and it's something that I've learned recently, and I could have learned it if I took GCSE PE. And it's actually a really smart thing to go for that,
Yeah,
but I
but
can't now.
Marco, it's never too late to change majors. Like I know a bunch of people, they did like one thing until the middle of their university, and then in their mid 20s they switched to something else and now they're killing it.
For us, we're not allowed
Yeah,
to
it's
switch.
harder when you're in high school. Like you're not 18 yet. You can't really make those decisions, but you know, it's never too late to change what you want to do.
Yeah,
As
no.
long as you actually believe in what you want to do.
Mhm.
Mm. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So basically you're looking forward to being an entrepreneur, businessman,
Yeah.
basically a
So I'm looking
hustler.
forward to, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing my work experience this summer with my father.
Mhm.
And then hopefully next year, as I turn 16, hopefully he lets me get a job. Because here you can get a part-time job as a 15-year-old. I'm 15 now. I
Yeah.
don't have a job, but I do have a part-time thing where I go to my dad and I'll go and I'll do some work and things like that. And what I'm doing this summer is hopefully he lets me stay the what I want to call not 2 months. That's a little under. I
Mhm.
want to do a thing where I go for the start of the summer. I'll stay in my dad's office and I'll go to work like normal,
Yeah.
and and then later on I go to Lebanon for like 2 3 weeks and then I'll come back because I go for my birthday and things like that. I'll celebrate, see my friends, and then I'll come back here for my work life, my gym, my studies. I can study during the summer a bit, just balance that. And just with the healthy element of where I'm working for myself
Mhm.
and to balance my habits. So instead of going out and asking my dad, "Hey, dad, can I have 500 or can I have 1,000, whatever it is," I'll be like, "Okay, I have 6,000. I spend 300," and just learning from now. Because if I learn from now, I'll be so much better at it than everyone, or not just everyone, just be better at it. I have that experience of where I have my money saved up. I have my things. I won't be worried for college. I have a good amount, and I'll keep working actually. And I'll hopefully, if I stop working at, let's say I start at McDonald's at a job.
Yeah.
Um, I don't really know. I'll probably have to look on LinkedIn or something for a job. But let's say this place is hiring a person. I sign the contract, whatever. I'm good with that income. It's part time. And then I have no pressure. I'm studying decent amount. I'm going to the gym a decent amount. I'm balancing my work life and my personal life. So my work life consists of my studies, my work, and my gym.
Mhm.
Those three aspects. And then during the weekends, maybe I gym a little extra and I see my friends a little extra and spend time with my family. Um, and yeah, basically it.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta ask, that's a lot of good planning and a lot of introspection and honestly a pretty mature point of view. What do you feel gave you that? Like the idea to do this, the ability to plan and schedule and map out your life.
I feel like for me, I wanna get. Actually, I say that I will because it's a mindset that I have. I will get rich, and not just normal rich. I want to get extremely, massively rich, where I can burn $1 million and just be like, okay, yeah, that's $1 million burned today. Not think anything of it. Like that's how rich I want to get. And if I have enough drive and enough motivation, I will get there. I know that for a fact because I'm doing the gym. I'm
Yeah,
seeing progress. I'm doing the gym and I'm consistent with that. And I'm seeing the shit ton of progress that I'm seeing. What makes me think that if I'm trying to make money, that I can't make money in the same way I'm doing the gym? You
that's a
know?
good mindset. But keep in mind, the gym's incremental.
Yeah, I know that.
A
But
lot of people skip steps.
yeah,
But nah, honestly, I respect that mindset. And dude, can't wait to see what you become.
me neither.
Whether it's a
I hope.
successful millionaire or prison after being a successful millionaire.
Ah,
Prison is like a vacation for millionaires. They get nice prison.
yeah, they do. They do. I've seen it in movies.
But you
Apparently,
know what
Pablo
they don't get
Escobar,
in prison?
women.
They miss a lot of the sex.
No, they can. Pablo Escobar got a woman, got his think it was his wife or someone. I don't know. He got a woman into prison, and
Yeah, but that's like Pablo Escobar in Colombia. I'm talking about like Middle East or America. But anyways, Marco, so those are all the things you are looking forward to: the entrepreneurship, developing your body, mapping out your life, and basically being a millionaire.
yeah,
You're looking forward to all that. Now I gotta ask, what are you not looking forward to in the future?
the stress, the stress of being an adult. and all the fucking responsibilities that come with being an adult, paying taxes,
I'll comment
going
on that.
check up. Is it, I don't know, like I have to ask, is it hard? Like it's just being an adult, being over 18. Is it hard because you have all those regulations?
Marco, I'll give you the most hated response to any question ever asked in the world. It depends. Because look, as an adult, you do get more, I guess, obligations. You get taxes and they suck, depending on the country you're in. In Canada, they
Yeah,
tax too much, personally. That's what I think. When you get in trouble, unless you're like super rich and stuff, your parents aren't going to be able to bail you out because you're going to be an adult. And
yeah,
there's going to be a lot of stuff. There's going to be heartbreak. You might get fired from stuff. You might have a lot of costs. There are real dangers in the adult world where you have less protection than, when you're younger. I see you smiling, you little punk. But the thing is, Marco,
yeah,
it's your life. It's fully yours. Every success is your success. Everything you earn is fully earned by you. No one can say, oh, your parents gave you that. Oh, your
yeah,
teachers helped you with that, things like that. And even when you make a mistake, it sucks because, again, it's all your fault as an adult. But also, and I don't know if you agree or disagree with me on this, you there's more satisfaction to making a mistake and say that was fully my mistake than something bad happens in my life and I can say something like, oh, my parents caused that or someone else caused that because I have little
yeah.
autonomy. Because you're still young, man. There's still a lot of time left for you and your
Hmm.
friends. But for example, with me, there are things where it's like, I wish my parents didn't push me in another direction because I would have liked to see what would have happened if I did this. As an adult, I can try whatever I want and know for 100% fact, I tried it, I didn't like it. There's no more questions left, there's no more regret left.
Yeah,
Does
yeah,
that make sense?
makes sense.
So yeah, you get your own. There's a lot of difficulties, hardships, but it's your own life.
Hmm.
And to me, I think that's the mentality I have, and I think that's the best mentality to have: full ownership of your actions and the
Yeah,
motivation to make things better on your own effort. But again, like, it just depends on how you live your life.
yeah.
Hopefully, with a channel like this, future teens, current teens, adults can watch some of these videos, and I can't guarantee it, but I hope it influences them to make a good decision
Hmm.
because now
Yeah.
they hear from someone else. So, what else are you just not looking forward to aside from the difficulties of adulthood and taxes? Screw taxes. I hate taxes.
Being liable for shit. I don't know. Like so much more limitation because you're not a kid anymore. Like if I get in a fight, I could get arrested. If I get a fight now, I get a suspension. You
Yeah,
know?
that's like, that's what happens when you live in a civil society. There's rules.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously, but like you're in danger more if you in a way. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Mm,
you can't do the shit that you do as a teenager. As an adult, you have to act more civil. You have to do these things.
mm.
And eventually like maturity will kick in, but you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, bro. Like, trust me, I've gone through a lot of things where a part of me wished I still had the protection of a younger guy. I still wish my
Hmm.
parents would save me for a minute, or I still wish the what's it called, the um, consequences. Where I wish the consequences weren't as bad as when I was a teenager. Like, I've been alone in cities, and after like being dumped or being fired, like, I've been on the streets for 2 days because I was too proud to ask for help. But in the end, I still feel the trade off is a lot better than teenagehood. And that trade off is basically like, it's my life. I own it. I'm responsible for my own decisions.
100%.
Hmm. And the thing is, Marco, like, all the things you're worried about, aside from like, the personal responsibility, you're still in danger as a human. You never know when something falls on you or you trip, something like that. A life is not guaranteed at any age.
Yeah, I
Like,
feel
yeah,
that.
when you're an adult, you write your own story. No one determines it for you.
Yeah, that's very true because you're responsible for your own shit, you know.
Yeah. And having said that, I want you and the two baboons next to you. I want to tell you guys this. You guys are still young. Enjoy it. Make your mistakes now. Learn from it while you are still a teenager. Being teenagers, you got more time to have fun and set out the prerequisite for the rest of your life. Try a
My
bunch of
friend,
stuff in school, try a bunch of hobbies, activities. You'll find the one you like and you'll stick with it a lot earlier than if you did it later.
yeah, that's very good advice. Thank you, George. My friend said, Habibi George, thank you. He just doesn't want
No,
to show his face.
no,
He's
no,
very scared.
bro, they don't have to show anything they don't want to, okay?
Remember the really annoying one that looks like the one that looks like a turtle, and then the other one, the guy with the glasses that like looks greasy and has like sweaty hands.
I don't remember. Can you list their social security number and addresses?
Oh, yeah, sure. Wait.
Don't you fucking dare.
Marcus, you want me to go? So
Wait,
my
can you say
face-
hi, George?
Yeah.
Go.
George.
Yo, if you say some dumb shit, I'm gonna get over there and smack you.
What's the best advice you can give?
Was
I
the
just
yeah? He
gave
was
it. I literally just gave it.
donkey.
Someone's not been paying attention to the words of wisdom.
No, I heard that. I heard.
Who's the other guy? I can't see his face.
Does he have a PC?
George, do you have a PC? Or is this your MacBook? Your
This is a laptop with a lot of extra Gucci, as they say.
Damn.
the Microsoft one, right? The one that I don't know.
Oh, no, it's a
what the other-
Lenovo. It's a Lenovo. And that brings us to the sponsor of this video, which is not, in fact, Lenovo. We don't have any yet, but we will have some soon.
Facts. Hopefully soon when you get big enough. Fuck, man.
Okay, anyways, moving on to the next question, because Marco, I do love your insight into things like this. So there are the things you look forward to. There are the things,
Sorry.
freaking bloopers. There are things you look forward to, and then there are things you're worried about. But what's your actual plan for the future?
So my plan is to get into a good college, hopefully, because of my grades, study a lot. Make money as a kid, as I say now. Make money, keep making money.
Hustle.
Look for ways to make money.
Mhm.
Be creative and have a good insight on life, have experience, and be very street smart, and just develop a responsible personality. And yeah, all in all, just be better. You know what I mean? And then just mature into the real world. And when I get there, I'm gonna be amazing. And yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I think that'll really help with that is look at other people in real life, look at like find an idol, whether it's from ancient history, whether it's from recent history, whether it's now, find someone you Jesus, man.
Sorry.
It's serious. This is not professional.
Yeah. Okay, tell me. Sorry, my bad. Stop. Stop.
Three,
My bad.
1. So yes, Marco, look for someone to look up to. Look at other people who've gone through the same stuff as you are going through now. Because I don't know if you know this, but practically everyone's been a teenager at some point.
Yeah, obviously, like it doesn't feel that way because, like, if you, I mean, like for example, like me, I would never like come to think of it like as in, okay, yeah, George has been a teenager, like I'll see George as what he is now, but I won't see as George as a kid, you know what I mean? Because I don't know you as a kid.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
a lot of what led to the George of now is
George is a kid.
yeah, George is a kid, George is a teen, George is a young adult, now slightly older adult. So yeah, look to other examples, you know. That'll help you get where you want to be.
Yeah.
And by following this plan incremental, what's your hope for the future? Share that with
Now for the
us.
future is to my goal for the future is to be absolutely shredded and
Like
to be
cheese?
better than better than Ziz, you know.
Oh,
I mean he's kind of
this is
small, but like
OG, man. Died at his peak.
yeah.
Bro,
And I want to be
just to interrupt you a bit, you gotta realize all this like not obsession, but all this interest in getting shredded and having the eight packs, all that stuff, like the gym body, Sebum, Noel, all these guys. Many people think it started with like Mr. Olympia, like Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, Arnold Schwarzenegger. But the thing is, after those guys, I know what you're laughing at. The thing is, after those guys, bro, the thing is, after those guys, it died. It died in the 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s. That stuff died. Ziz, if you
yeah.
look him up, he's the one that started all of that on social media. He's the one that made it all like popular again. And then that's what continued the stuff until where you are now, where you want to get shredded. Look it up. Ziz started all that. And dude, what's with the laughing? Come on.
Can you give me 1 minute? 1 minute, George. Wait, cut this out. Wait. Yo, okay, I straightened them out. Yeah,
Which is code for beat the shit out of them, I hope.
it is. Yeah.
So yeah, basically Ziz started all that. Look into it. It's pretty interesting. And he died too young.
He did.
I
He
believe,
did.
bro, like it's trippy to think that he's younger than me. He died younger than me right now.
He did. He did. He was what? I don't know, 23,
He had
20.
some
I don't know.
undiagnosed heart disease and then it just
He did.
stopped.
He did. I think, to be honest, I think it's like caffeine addiction. Just him being like a
Maybe,
pre-workout.
maybe. I don't know if it was something he got later on because he worked out too much and who knows what he took. But like also like people are like I read that it's just like he was born with something, they didn't know he had it, and because he worked out too much, it didn't help.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, so we are nearing the end of this podcast. No comment. Marco, in all seriousness,
Yeah.
what words do you have for both future teenagers and current teenagers? What kind of
Okay.
advice do you want to give them? What kinds of words of wisdom? What kinds of things do you want to say?
So as a teenager now, I would like to say to the people, the generation future, work on yourself, work on bettering yourself, not for people, but for yourself. And be a balance. Always find that balance in which you're not being selfish, but you're being the best for yourself. What you're doing the best for yourself. You're not pleasing others because you don't want to be a pushover, but you don't want to be rude. So you want to find that balance too. You want to be successful in what you want to be. Don't be told to be successful by someone else. Be told to be successful in your own field by yourself. You know what I mean? And just things like that just make you happier in life. Be what you want to be, and yeah, just do what's best for you, because in the end you're in this world by yourself, and you obviously you're there by your family and you're supported by your family, but make the best out of it, be happy, and just be a beast. That's it.
I completely agree. Be your biggest advocate.
100%.
Perfect. Marco, love the conversation, love the insight, love the input, and love that advice at the end. I want to say thank you for joining me on this channel. Thank you for sharing your experiences and your advice for the future, current, and other generations. Any final thing before we go?
I just want to say, George, thank you very much for having me on the podcast.
Of course.
Guys, please follow George, and yeah, for the best advice. I just want to say I love what you're doing here, man. It's a good thing. My friends are asking for the YouTube. I'll give it to them now.
Perfect.
I just want to say thank you for having me on genuinely, and I love the conversations and the topics. Hopefully, I'll be on soon again.
Of course, man. Of course, because there's a ton of other topics we still need to get into.
Yeah.
Again, I appreciate you being here, man. To the followers and the growing community, which, if I'm doing anything right, is a growing community. As Marco said, please like, follow, subscribe. Give us your opinion down below. Marco, point in the comments, point in the comments. Give us your opinion down below, whether you agree with us, disagree with us, or would like to talk about anything else. Thank you guys all for watching. This has been another segment of the Been There section. Conversation, discussion, rant, over.